Okay, so hi everyone and thanks for joining our construction and engineering event for the Manchester College. I'll shortly pass you over to Andy Addy, who's the Director of Curriculum for Construction and Engineering, and Andy will be providing you a showcase of the Construction and Engineering department. If you've got any questions at any point, you can ask them in the live Q&A box, which is just to the right hand side of your screen, and we'll answer as many as we can at the end. Okay, so Andy, over to you.
Oh, thank you, Chelsea. Good evening, everybody. I'm going to talk to you this evening about our adult education offer in construction, in both the trades and our construction and the built environment offer. As Chelsea says, I'll be happy to answer any questions at the end of the programme. There's a couple of videos in here as well for you to watch, if you just bear with me as we go through this, and then we can have a question and answer session at the end. In our department, we have construction and engineering programmes, which include the built environment. I'll talk to you first about our trade offer for adults around carpentry, electrical installation and plumbing, and then a little bit about our offer in construction and the built environment for those people who might be interested in going down a different route to the hand skills and the trades. Our department is part of the Manchester College Centre of Excellence for Adult Education. We're committed to giving our students the best experience that we possibly can to help prepare them in construction for going on to work as soon as they've finished their diplomas with us. Our qualifications in the construction trades run from level 1 through to level 3, and we also offer level 3 and 4 qualifications in construction and the built environment. If you haven't obtained a GCSE grade 4 qualification, there may be opportunities for you to study English and maths, and we will certainly support you on our programmes with developing your English and maths skills as part of the delivery. You will be asked to do some work experience as you go through, and we will support you when it comes to progressing onto your next steps, including finding employment. Now, about our construction department. We have a team of 31 staff that run courses for adults across construction skills in 3 trade areas, which we'll talk about in more detail shortly. And we also offer courses in construction management, with the courses actually called Construction and the Built Environment, and we offer that at level 3 as a part-time course for you to do a stepping stone if you're not from a construction background. Or if you're already working in the construction industry, you can go on to the level 4 HNC. If you've already got a level 3 qualification in some other field and you're interested in moving from your current career or occupation into the construction industry, the HNC is something that you could take straight off the back of having a level 3. The level 3 for the adults is really for those people who don't yet have a level 3 qualification and are interested in stepping into the construction industry, and it's a preparation for the full HNC a year later. Over 450 adults are currently studying construction courses at TMC. We have very strong recruitment across all our trades, and we're very full at the moment, so get your applications in nice and early. All of our tutors are experts in their trades. You will see a couple of tutors in the videos tonight who've got between 15 and 25 years experience working in the construction industry and are trained and qualified in their trade or as engineers who support our students of all ages to develop the skills and knowledge necessary for their careers in the construction industry. The tutors have all got extensive work experience behind them, and they've all got some individual specialisms. Excuse me. So, for example, in electrical, we have electrical installation specialists, but we also have electrotechnical and electromechanical people working in the department to help support the students across a range of skills. The construction and the built environment team includes tutors not only with trade skills, so they've come from a hands-on construction background, but they've got on-site management experience in 2 cases. They've got high academic qualifications, including PhDs in construction fields, and they've got strong industry links because of the work they've done before coming into education. So our tutors are not just industry experts, they're also student-centred. They're here to support you to develop your skills and get the best out of your time at the Manchester College to ensure that you are site ready or work ready for the construction field once you've completed your qualification. In addition to our main programmes, we do offer some additional courses for adults that I just wanted to flag up for you this evening. And these might be for people looking to break into the construction industry, might be already working in construction related roles, or they're just interested in developing their own particular hand skills. So we offer, as part of the engineering department, 2D and 3D CAD. At intermediate and advanced level. We can offer a basic course as well for people who've never used CAD before, but the intermediate and advanced are for people who perhaps use it lightly or a lot in their career, but want to refine their skills because they're looking for more advanced job opportunities. We offer a range of DIY courses, including a DIY carousel, which is a more extensive program where you could develop a range of skills in carpentry, painting, plumbing, and potentially other trades, depending on their availability when you are on your course. These courses don't lead to formal qualifications, but they're a good introduction, and they will help you decide perhaps whether you want to take a full diploma in one of the construction trades at a later date. In addition to that, we offer some professional qualifications for people in the industry, such as the Baths for Fire Sprinkler qualification for people who have to install or are training to install fire sprinkler systems in buildings. We offer BPEC working at heights for health and safety, and we offer some qualifications around sustainable development in construction and plumbing, things like rainwater harvesting. We also offer photovoltaic and solar thermal and ground source heat pumps. These technologies are going to become increasingly important as we move into a green agenda in the construction industry to combat climate change. Now, for our main qualifications, I'm going to talk you through in a bit more detail. All of these courses typically run for a year. We do offer all of them currently as evening classes as well. That will depend on the numbers of students who want to take the courses each year, but at the moment, as I said, we've had a lot of uptake and we are running evening classes in all three trades that we run for adults. The first one I'll talk you through is carpentry and joinery. Typically, a joinery student will take 3 years to complete their level 3 diploma. At level 1, you'll begin to develop the hand skills if you've never done any joinery before, learn to use the tools effectively and safely so that you can then step up to what are site skills at level 2. Level 2 really teaches you what joiners do when they're on construction sites. You will do everything from partition walls to roofing, flooring and stairs, and you will develop your skills, your hand skills as part of that process. What you're learning on the level 2 is the design and planning of basic but commonplace joinery structures in buildings. And then at level 3, you will learn a range of additional, more complex skills and designs around some of the skills that you learn at level 2. So rather than just installing straight skirting, you'll learn to install curved skirting boards, and you'll do more complex roofing structures and double door installations rather than single door. Once the student has completed the level 3 diploma in carpentry, and this is true of all the 3 trades that I'm going to talk to you about, you are effectively site ready. And in order to be a fully qualified joiner, then you can step off the level 3 diploma and take your MVQ while working on site in the company of an assessor who will measure your MVQ progress to qualify you as a fully qualified joiner. We're going to show you a short video about our joinery offer, and it'll give you a chance to get to know one of our tutors.
My name's Damien Braithwaite. I'm a carpentry and joinery tutor. I teach level 1, level 2 and level 3 site carpentry. Over 25 years experience, worked for Liverpool City Council for 13 years, moved on then to become a charge hand at certain other companies, and then decided I wanted to come into teaching. Skills required will be basic hand skills, set to certain criteria, millimetres, talking about little maths, English skills, ratios. Key skills you learn will basically be level 2, you'll be fitting doors, locks, kitchens, stairs, flooring and roofing. So once the students have finished the course, they can go straight and start earning money. Obviously it's a simulated environment. They can basically make the mistakes here while they're in college, hone their confidence and then progress. Manchester College, I've worked there 13 years now, and it's one of the best colleges in the Northwest. The teachers that we've got here can cover nearly every topic that you want really. I enjoy teaching adult learners because they already come in focused. They already have an idea of what they want to do, and what they want to achieve, and we're just the tools that will help them progress.
My name's Christina Prapel and I'm doing a carpentry level 2 course. I returned to education because it was something that I've wanted to do for a long time, but I'd never really seen myself having the confidence. This year I'm all about pushing my boundaries and getting myself out there. I chose to study this course because it's creative, hands-on work. I've done quite a lot of joinery work with my stepdad in terms of working in other people's houses and our own back garden, and just really enjoyed doing that kind of line of work really. So returning back to education was, I'm not going to lie, really nervous when I first came into college for my first day, because you know it's new people, all that sort of stuff, and suffer with social anxiety. But the tutor that I have has been really supportive and helpful in terms of that. As a woman coming into like a trade kind of industry, it's not been as bad as what I would have thought it would be. No one seems fussed that I'm a woman, so when I finish this course I do plan to go and find myself a job that entails the line of work that I'm studying at the moment, and also come back for level 3. What I like most about Manchester College is everyone that I've met so far has been really supportive and helping. So to sum up Manchester College in one word, I'd say supportive.
As the head of department for construction, I'm really proud of the fact that Chris's last word there was supportive. One of the things I hope that our team does really well is to make sure that adult students who come through the door are allowed to develop, build their confidence with the support of the experts that are teaching them, so that they are ready for the workplace in their particular trade at the end of 2 or 3 years. The other courses that I wanted to talk to you a little bit about are electrical and plumbing. These come under the area of building services. The pattern of delivery of both of these courses are similar. We don't run level 1 in electrical or plumbing because they are very basic courses and they will not help you progress towards your career, and they will just take an extra year. What we do, if students already have the right level of maths and English, is we put you straight onto the level 2, where you will be learning already site valuable skills around installation and planning for both plumbing and electrical work. So at level 2, you'll develop the skills to carry out planned installations and the underlying theory about electrical installation, as well as developing a good understanding of health and safety practices in the industry. The level 2 on both plumbing and electrical installation gives you the range of practical skills necessary to carry out installations that have been designed and planned by others, and to help you understand both the regulations, because there's an awful lot of regulation in electrical and plumbing because of the health risks should there be anything wrong, but they will prepare you for site work, and a lot of our students go on to be plumbers mates or electrical mates even after they've completed the level 2, because they have the basic skills to carry out an installation. And then what happens at level 3 in both of these qualifications is that you will begin to develop your own understanding of the design and planning process for larger scale installation activities. So for example, in level 3 electrical, you will look at design and planning electrical services for a restaurant as part of an assignment, so that you understand what the risks are, what the necessary installations are, and you'll do the drawings and the analysis of that installation. And you would, of course, already be able to carry out that installation from the skills that you'd picked up at level 2. In addition, in level 3 electrical, you learn how to diagnose and find fault with electrical circuits. We have a range of training rigs in one of our classrooms where you'll be taught how to fault find and test electrical systems to make sure that the installation's been done correctly. So all of your level 3 work in electrical will build on those fundamental planning and installation skills that you've learned at level 2. At level 3 in plumbing, similarly, you will learn how to design and plan. So you will look at the range of ways that some of the installations you've trained to do at level 2 are then combined in a full installation. So at level 2, you might learn how to hang a radiator and provide the pipework to a radiator. At level 3, you will plan and design an installation for a particular space, and you will link that to a boiler, and you'll make it connect to the hot water system. So you are learning the more complicated elements and bringing the parts together, as well as learning how to design and plan an installation and then create that in our training bays. So again, you'll be building on your practical skills that you've acquired at level 2 in order to better understand the role and the connection between those parts at level 3. And in both of these courses, of course, you'll have a strong understanding of the health and safety, because they're both highly regulated, because of course water pollution or water contamination can be life-threatening, as can any risks to faulty electrical circuits. So it's important that you understand the regulations that apply in those trades once you qualify. For both of these trades, once you've completed the level 3, it will be normal for a student to go on to take their NVQ as a plumber's mate or as an electrician's mate while they're working and earning money. So if you're doing your NVQ as a mate rather than a fully qualified plumber or electrician, you could do all of the work in the installation, the design and planning, but the work would be signed off as complete and safe by a qualified electrician. That's somebody who already has their NVQ. In electrical, typically it can take between 2 and 4 years to complete your NVQ, because there are a range of things you have to be able to demonstrate your competence for. In level 3 plumbing, once you move on to your NVQ, it's typical that you could do your NVQ in plumbing between 6 months and 2 years after you finish your level 3 diploma, depending on the kinds of work that you are doing while you're working as a plumber's mate. A quick look at the plumbing department with the tutor Mike.
My name's Mike Hines. I'm a plumbing tutor at the Manchester College. So I've been a plumber for about the last 28 years now. I've been teaching education for the last 5 years, and it's really enjoyable. The types of skills that adult learners need to come on the course is they just need to be interested in the plumbing course, and they need to be focused on it. The types of key skills that we're going to teach the adult learners, we're going to give them the underpinning knowledge to make them work ready. So we're going to start off with the basics. We'll teach them health and safety, and then we'll move through plumbing processes, and then we'll let them move on to doing bathrooms, wash and basins, toilets, underground drainage. Types of opportunities are out there for the students at the moment, with Manchester having so much building work going on, a lot of new builds going up there. A lot of companies are looking at taking on people who are interested in plumbing and want to progress. So they'll achieve their MBQ2 in plumbing, and then from there they'll be able to go out there and hopefully get a job. Students should study at the Manchester College because we're #1 in Greater Manchester. We've got great facilities here. We've got some great staff here who've all got a lot of experience in plumbing, as well as a lot of experience as being tutors as well. And we feel that we give them a good experience. I enjoy teaching adult learners. They're always keen to learn, and they're always really interested in the subject areas that are going on at that moment in time, and want extra work.
My name is Vanessa Ferreira dos Santos. I am doing plumbing level 2 at Manchester College. I decided to return to education because COVID and all of that going on, all the bars and pubs are shutting. It's a lot of uncertainty. So I thought, following plumbing is something that's always going to be needed. I chose to do this particular course at Manchester College because there's a gap in the market for female plumbers. So I think that that's going to bring me a lot of work, in the future. As a female coming into, this work field, I thought it was going to be very challenging, but that was not the case. I was welcomed, with open arms, and all my colleagues are nice and, accepting. So the tutors helped us a lot, like returning back to education as adults by giving us coursework and making it a bit easier, explain the materials, give us lots of PowerPoints, so that would aid the learning as we go along. My plans for the future would be just working in the plumber's industry, as a female, and try to make it. The college offers they have a lot of contacts because they've been in the business for a long time, so they can put you through to apprenticeships and people working in the field, so you don't have to look very far. What I like most about the Manchester College would be the support. that you get from everybody. Everybody's always like very hands-on and trying to help you the best way they can. To me, the Manchester College means opportunity.
I'm going to talk for a few minutes just about the construction and built environment offer, in case there's anybody out there who might be looking to get into the construction industry in a different capacity. One of the things that a lot of people don't understand about construction is that it is increasingly a high-tech industry, reliant on a lot of digital platforms, including digital design and a thing called building information management, which is now the industry standard for allowing design and planning and building teams to collaborate across a single site, if you like, across the internet. Now, as part of the support for our students, either coming from a trade background who want to move up in the industry, or people moving into the industry from another field, if you don't already have a level 3 qualification, we offer what we call our stepping stone qualification, which is a level 3 in construction and the built environment. It gives you an introduction to the kind of topics that you would cover at the level 4 the following year. Range of topics include science and materials, design and drawing, construction management and the law. It is a more academic and classroom based qualification, and it's designed really with people in mind who might be interested in project management, site management or site coordinators, as well as a stepping stone for people who might want to go into different types of surveying in the industry and any of the range of other roles that the industry includes. If you Google roles in the construction industry, you will tend to come up with a list of about 200 different ones, many of which you will never have thought of before. And this program in built environment will begin to give you an insight into the kinds of roles that you could take. So it's a route into the industry for people who may not have a background in construction, or it's a stepping stone for people who don't have a level 3 but may have some trade background experience. Usually after they've taken this program at level 3 for 1 year part-time, it's about 3 hours a week in class, they then step onto our HNC program, which is the equivalent of the first year of the degree. It's the industry recognised route into higher education courses in construction, and often students don't need to take a level 4 or a level 5 or 6, which will be the equivalent of a full degree, because they've developed enough skills and knowledge to take on a role in construction. So the built environment programs, both at level 3 and in the HNC, cover a range of key topics that will help support you if you're interested in a career in construction management, site management, project management, design and planning in the construction industry, surveying, and that can mean either a stepping stone to quantity surveying or to building surveying. And they also offer an introduction to understanding building regulation and maintenance management in the construction industry as well. The BTEC at level 3 will give you a rounded introduction to some key issues in legal and health and safety, so that you know how to operate safely on site. They will talk to you about the scientific and engineering underpinnings of construction and how that relates to design and planning. And you will do some design and planning as part of the course using both CAD and BIM in order to help develop your understanding of the way the industry uses these tools. You will not need to be a designer, but it's about making sure that you know and can understand these tools, because you will deal with people in the construction industry who are working with these tools every day. So essentially what it gives you is an overview of management principles and processes that operate in the construction industry beyond just the physical act of building. The HNC is a 2-year part-time program. We offer 1 day a week courses over 2 years, or 1 evening a week for part-time students who are working. The HNC offers a range of topics. Again, these build on what I've already talked about, and you'll go into these topics in more depth so that you are better prepared for stepping into an actual management role in the industry after you've completed your HNC level 4. There are a range of options that we can take. You are obliged to take 8 units, which is eight fundamental topics. Currently, our students on our 2-year program are taking a combination of those 9 topics, 8 of those 9 topics, as part of their HNC. Some of them are mandatory, like health and safety. Some of them are optional based on the staffing that we have available, and when we can, the modules that students are interested in taking. What this will provide you with are opportunities beyond college to focus on a potential higher level qualification. So the HNC can give you a stepping stone into the second year of a degree in quantity surveying or building surveying, for example. It will develop your practical knowledge about how construction skills work in the workplace and the coordination of things like management and logistical skills. And it'll prepare you for employment and further development in the construction industry. It can also open doors to professional bodies and professional degree programs in the industry. Some of our students will also go on to degree apprenticeship programs in the construction industry and top up their HNC that way. The HNC can lead you into a whole range of occupations in the industry. People think of construction quite narrowly, but there are many roles that contribute to the construction of a building, many of which most people wouldn't have thought of, but then the light bulb goes on when they see the list. So have a look around the internet and see what roles there are. Site managers, there's just a few there: site managers, project managers, quantity surveyors, and of course some of those people wind up teaching as well, because we've got a few of them in our department who spent several years managing in the construction industry. Thank you for your attention this evening. We're going to be able to take some questions now, and I'll give you as much detail as I can in helping you choose what courses you're going to take going forward. Chelsea?
Amazing, thanks Andy. Loads of information there. We've had quite a few questions come in, so I'll just get stuck in. Somebody said, out of all the courses, which one is more challenging?
Right, that's a really good question actually. You'll find that in the department we have a really light-hearted approach to the relationship, and there's a kind of gentle competitiveness between the different trades. So some of the trade staff will tell you that theirs is the most challenging trade. What I would say, being a little bit of an outsider and having an overview, is that if you are more inclined to the kind of design and planning side, and your skills lie more in the area of maths, perhaps, plumbing and electrical are areas where you might be able to flourish. They don't require, and they'll shoot me for saying this, so don't tell them, they don't require the same level of hand skills as joinery requires. The level of accuracy that you need to work with in plumbing and electrical, it's still very high, don't get me wrong, but in terms of developing the accuracy with things like mounting pipes on walls, bending pipes, etc., there's a little bit more leeway and tolerance in there than there is in a joinery program. So that's why we require adult learners to take the level 1 joinery, but we don't require them to take the level 1 electrical or plumbing, which do give them some basic hand skills. But because the hand skills are not very demanding at level 2, we feel that that would be a waste of an adult's time to take an extra year to get qualified at level 3. So they can get qualified to level 3 in electrical and plumbing over 2 years, whereas in joinery it takes 3. If, like Chrissy, who you saw on the video, you've had experience working in joinery, we would still ask you to start on the level 1. But if you have got good hand skills and you complete the assessments quickly, we can move you up to level 2 in year. We do that with our best students because we want to be able to move you on quickly if you've got the capacity to do that. So if you are a little bit more, if you prefer working a bit more with your mind than with your hands, perhaps but are a bit less creative, I might suggest plumbing and electrical might suit you better. If you are quite creative and you like working with your hands with wood, then the joinery will be the better qualification for you. The built environment programs are all assessed by assignment. They are much more academic, and that's why we require a minimum level of English and Maths GCSE or industry experience in order for you to get on those programs. I hope that gives you a bit of an insight. I haven't really answered the question, Chelsea, because I don't think any one is harder. It depends very much on the skills that an individual comes in with.
Yeah, I think that's quite a fair answer, that, Andy. Another question we've had through is somebody's interested in level 2 plumbing part-time at Openshaw campus. What is the timetable for this course? Right,
at the minute we are running daytime classes. In a normal non-COVID year, our daytime classes, actually we put the hours over 2 days a week because we know that adults often need to work or have family obligations. So while it is technically a full-time course, and you will get all the hours necessary to get the qualification, we put those hours into 2 full days a week to give adults the flexibility about when they study. And because we have so many students, there are several days on which those classes run. I can't sit here and give you a guarantee, but it would be a 2-day-a-week commitment. And I can't promise which days at this stage for next year's classes or for any January classes that we might start. We also, though, do run evening classes in plumbing. That's just started this year because we've had a level of interest. And those classes will run 2 evenings a week for about 3.5 hours each on Monday and Thursday evenings to correspond with when the campuses are open and other trades are running evening classes. So it's 2 full days on the daytime over a year, 2 evenings a week. We feel we can do it in 2 evenings a week because students who come in the evening often work faster than they do during the day. They've often got more experience. They're often already working in the industry, and so their skill levels tend to be higher. And so we can get through the evening classes faster in shorter time overall across the year.
Okay, thank you. And the same person again has asked, could I please get the full cost of the level 2 plumbing part-time Openshaw? The
full cost, that's a good question. I don't have that number at my fingertips right now. The number that sticks in my mind is that it's about £1,700 for full tuition. However, if you don't have a level 3 qualification already, you will be eligible for a level 2 qualification under the adult funding budget, which means that you don't have to pay. I would also suggest that if you are required to pay, if you already have higher level qualifications that mean you wouldn't be eligible for government funding for your tuition, you can take out an adult learner loan, which you don't have to repay until you're earning over a certain amount of money. Now that varies as time passes, but it means that there's a kind of level of security in there that you're not paying back a student loan until you're earning a certain amount.
Well, thank you. Hopefully that's answered their question. Somebody else has said, I have dyspraxia. What support can I get?
We don't offer dedicated support to adults without an assessment. So it would depend a little bit on the level of severity of your dyspraxia. And we would bring in our specialist team from the college to do an assessment to see if you were eligible for any support. What I would say is that we are incredibly supportive in the department, and we would put in extra help and support where necessary in order to ensure that you could meet the demands of the qualification as you went through. There are resources that we can draw on if we need to in order to get individual support to you. So you would get one-to-one support from the tutors where that was necessary and appropriate and helpful. It does depend a little bit. The adult funding budget does not always come with the kind of level of support for people with any learning difficulties or other challenges, but there are things that we can tap into on an individual case-by-case basis. But what I would say is we've got some of the most patient and supported tutors that I've ever had the pleasure of working with, and honestly, we'll look after you and we will get you the support you need.
And I think as well, some of the students in the videos have just, they've furthered that even more. They've mentioned how supported the teams are.
My favourite word.
Great. So another question is, how long do the courses last? So I know there's quite a few, obviously the main core courses, and then you've got the shorter courses. So. Yeah.
I mentioned the shorter courses because sometimes people come to open evenings to inquire about those things. The short courses do vary. The basic DIY courses are just a half-day introduction to some skills. If they are successful, we build on that, and the DIY carousel will probably run over about 8 half days across a series of Saturday mornings, and that will give you a chance to do a taster on a range of trades. The CAD courses are 3 to 4 day programs. They are full cost courses. There is no funding available to those kind of courses. And the price for the CAD courses varies depending on the level, from £200 to £300, and it requires a substantial commitment from the students involved on that course. However, you will be in quite a small class for the CAD courses. The specialist courses around the BPEC and the BAFSA, that's usually for people who are already working in the construction industry. And if you want to make inquiries directly to the construction department about those, we could tell you when they run. They are usually, the fire sprinkler courses are either update courses, which can run for a week at a time, usually for 3 weeks over the course of a year, because people are working and they come with the sponsorship of their companies. We do run a 1 day a week course in fire sprinklers that runs for a full year, 1 day out of your week, and you're working the rest of the week. The BAFSA, the BPEC and other courses around sustainable construction skills, they tend to be 1 or 2 day courses. Now then, that's the short stuff. The diplomas in joinery, electrical and plumbing are all 1 year programs that we run. Typically you start in September and you'll complete in June. We do some January starts, and we have enrolled students to start now and got them on course ready for a full January start in 1 or 2 of those trades. So there are still a few vacancies in electrical and 1 or 2 in plumbing in the evening class at the minute. They have just started, so you wouldn't be very far behind. But again, they will take a year. We're running those courses from now through till next October, when the students will complete with their diplomas.
Brilliant, thank you. And we have had a comment in from somebody asking about, well, obviously this is an adult learner event, and they just asked about 16 to 18 courses because they missed the event earlier. Yep. I just wanted to make a bit of an announcement just to say that in that case, we will be resending the links, and it will be available on our YouTube channel and our website to go into more information about that if you were interested in courses. But is there anything you'd like to add, Andy, just while they're here? Do you want me to, what was the question about 16 to 18? So they just want to know what courses are available for 16 to 18-year-olds. No problem. Yeah, very quickly. We do have a wider range of choices for 16 to 18-year-olds, and it depends very much on your GCSE results, particularly the level of maths and English you've achieved. The higher level of maths and English, the more choice you've got, if you like, okay? So if you've got grade 3 in maths and English, we can put you straight onto the level 2 electrical and plumbing programs, and the content is the same as the adults do. So everything I've said tonight about that content is the same. Again, we would want you in joinery to do the level 1 to develop your hand skills. So that will be a 3-year course for a 16 to 18-year-old. And we'd be looking at qualifications in maths and English again of 2s and 3s. We also run for 16 to 18-year-olds brickwork at level 1 and level 2, plastering at level 1 and level 2, painting and decorating at level 1 and level 2. Once you've achieved level 2 in all 3 of those qualifications, you are effectively ready to go out to work. You are skilled enough to carry out those trades as a professional. For students who perhaps aren't sure what they want or have a need to up their maths and English alongside their main programme, we also offer introduction to construction skills at entry level 3 and level 1, which gives you the chance to build and focus on improving your maths and English, ready to pick up a specialist trade the following year. And that's our 16 to 18 offer. So brick, plaster and painting and decorating, in addition to the 3 trades that I've talked about tonight. And we've got an introductory course for those who might not know what they want or who need to upskill their maths and English. Amazing, Brill. Thank you very much for that, Andy. OK, so I think that's it for our questions. Everything else has been covered. Is there anything else you'd like to add before I make a few announcements? No, all good. OK, so thank you very much for attending, everybody. If you would like to apply for the Manchester College for September 2021, please visit our website. The link will be in the Q&A box. We do have courses available to start from January, as Andy did mention. So if you would like more information on that, again, you can visit our website. For any advice and guidance on the courses and funding and future careers that are available to you, our careers and welfare team are available and running a drop-in session tonight up until 8. For any learners with special educational needs and disabilities, we have a transition team who are also running a session tonight. You can access these via the TMC Live website. Just head to our website and you'll be able to link through. And we would love to get your feedback. We're going to put a link in the Q&A box. And if you want to be in with a chance of winning a £20 Amazon voucher, just fill out the quick 5-minute survey. We'd really appreciate any feedback. Be really grateful for that. So yeah, thank you very much for joining us, everybody. And we hope to see you soon.
Thank you, Chelsea.
Bye.